Another one of our products is the Turnkey quality system. So as I said before, the ideal company doesn't have anybody in quality or regulatory, has very little experience in that area. They need to develop a quality system, and they need to develop a regulatory submission. So I don't recommend doing the entire quality system up front before you have submitted your 510K. Instead, I recommend to most companies you do it in parallel with the development of the product and the 510K. The first two procedures that you really want to be implementing are design and risk management. Then during the verification and validation testing, you'll be implementing more procedures. And during the review of the 510K, you'll be implementing some procedures, and you might have one or two left to implement after you receive your 510K. Because do you really need a recall procedure, and do you really need a complaint handling and vigilance procedure when you don't have a product on the market yet? Once you register with the FDA and you're going to start distributing your product, yes, you need those procedures. But until then, you don't need it unless you're doing a clinical study. So we show companies how to implement their quality system over time. So now companies are asking, well, what do we get for the $7,500? Are we just getting a bunch of procedures and then we have to do all the work because we really don't know what we're doing? Well, here's what you get. We have 46 procedures that are available. That's for USA, Canada, and Europe. So if you're not doing business in Canada and not doing business in Europe, you don't need all of them. If you don't have a sterile product, you don't need any of the sterilization validation procedures. If you don't have service, you don't need a service procedure. If you don't have software in your product, you don't need a software development procedure. We also have all the associated logs and forms and templates. We have training webinars that we give companies, so you're getting a whole set of training webinars to train your employees in various aspects of the quality system. Not everybody needs to know everything, but if they're going to work on campus, they should be trained on campus. If they're going to work on complaints, they should know how to do complaint investigations. We also offer 16 training/consulting sessions of 30 minutes. It's an arbitrary number. I can offer fewer if you don't need 16. I can offer more if you need more. But in general, most of our clients implement their quality system over about 4 months. So 4 weeks a month, 16 trainings. So once a week, we have a half-hour session with the clients, and we record them and upload them to Dropbox, where we have the other webinar training that we offer them and all the quality system procedures. And if you want to go buy those, you can buy it in 4 installments of $1,875. We could change that to smaller installments. You could pay for it all up once. But if you want to learn how this is set up, I can actually take you there to the web page. So here it is. If you clicked on that link, it would take you to this web page. Here's a video explaining it. Explains it's compliant with 2016 version of 1345, 820, 803, 806. So this is mandatory medical device reporting. This is recalls. We're developing updates for the European requirements. Some of the updates are done, some are not. Next year, we'll be working on IVD regulations. Here's where it talks about the installments, so you can pay for it by PayPal if you want to get the process started. And here's what we say is different about our procedures. So we explain some of the content of our procedures. We actually have a blog about how to build a template. So best practices in writing procedures if you want to do it yourself. And then we have what's specifically included. And then we actually have a list of all the procedures here. So some of these have links. We're still building the pages and some of the links, but all the procedures exist. We just don't have them all set up nicely like this with video and shopping cart. But that will be done very shortly. And you can click on one of these links and it'll take you to the page. So this one takes you to a clinical procedure, and there you get that. Other ones will take you to other products, like the risk management one, I think has a bundle. Yeah, so we have a risk management procedure, then we have a training on risk management, we have an exam. So we have different products like that that you can buy. But all the procedures are listed there, and there's links describing each of them. Let's see if we can find another one here. Well, here's the non-conforming material one. Maybe that would be helpful. So some of these we'll explain here. Here you get the form, you get the log, and you also get the procedure. So that's what's included in this bundle. So I'll go back to the presentation. So that's what's involved in the turnkey quality system. Standard operating procedure. So if you wanted to, let's say you got a nonconformity from an auditor for your ISO 1345 audit, and they said your procedure for CAPA wasn't adequate, or your procedure for recalls wasn't adequate. You could write your own, or you could copy ours, or you could buy ours and then take the elements from our procedure that are missing in yours and add it to your procedure. So it's $299 each for our procedures if you want to buy them a la carte. And that might be a good way to defer some of your spending. If you, let's say you are a medical device company that's trying to develop a quality system in parallel with developing your new device, and you don't want to spend this $1,875 right now, you want to pay that maybe a little bit later, you could buy just our design procedure and our risk management procedure, and then we give you a credit back for those when you buy the entire turnkey quality system, because those are included with that turnkey quality system. So that's an option as well.